It is working. What's up, LT? What's up, JoJo? Welcome. How are you doing, buddy? How are you hanging in there? How are things since the last time we talked? My Easter was boring and uneventful. How was yours? I had one interesting event, and it was a Zoom meeting earlier. That was the highlight of my day. How was yours, JoJo? How was your life going? I'm glad you enjoyed it, Alicia. I did too. It was all about dogs named Sativa and Indica. And firefighters. There was a firefighter there. LT was there. Freaking Polly Pinch was in the building. Linda graced us with her experience, strength, and hope. And I was just tickled. I was just tickled to death. That really was the highlight. That really was the highlight of my day. Until now. Because as you may know, I love this time of the day. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Sober James live stream recovery scene in full effect, coming at you. JoJo got a 20-mile bicycle ride, made some good food, nice day off of work. Well, tomorrow isn't ever here. All we have is today. That is literally a true statement. Accurate in every last syllable. No matter the emphasis. No matter which syllable the emphasis was on. An accurate statement it was. Good evening, Jude Waldo, Alicia B., Marilyn Wistman. Hello, Miss Wistman. LT, you're the man, brother. I think I speak with everyone. I think I speak for everyone here when I say I want to make sweet, sweet love to you, LT. No, I don't have a headache. Murd. And by the way, hello, Murd. Polly Pinch. Zoom was fun earlier today. I'm really digging all of this, and the Pinch does thank you all. Well, thank you, the Pinch. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It is still in the beta phases. I personally am pleasantly surprised at all the P's in this properly pronounced sentence. I'm gonna use 2 coasters because I got it like that. Now, let us start this live stream with the first official Sober James's word of the day. Mark this day down, ladies and gentlemen. It is a day that is going down in history of the Sober James live stream. We are about to witness the Sober James word of the day. Today's word of the day is community. When pronounced correctly, community can be a powerful concept. Let us look it up, shall we? Definition of community. Community. A group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. Well, that sounds a lot like us, doesn't it? That sounds a lot like you and I, Merk Stalinsky, Polly Pinch, JoJo, LT, Murd, Alicia B, Alicia, Jude Waldo. We're a community, okay? Today's the day of James's official word of the day saga. And today's word of the day is community. And no, not just because I just discovered that Community is playing on Netflix, but because Community is a powerful thing. Community, it is pronounced community. Some people choose to pronounce it community, which is one of my favorite phenomena. Something like a phenomena on planet Earth. The fact that some people pronounce it community is one of my favorite phenomena on Earth. I'm in a particularly jovial mood. Ooh, that'd be a good word of the day for tomorrow, jovial. The show Community on Netflix is, I believe, my new favorite show. But all of that aside, you all have helped me build this community, and I thank you. I'm having so much fun with this channel, and I've made so many new friends. And where I've always called it a community, I, especially upon reading the definition of community, looking back, should have named this channel the Community. What's LL Murd? I'm gonna work my magic and figure out how to make this a more real-time interactive instead of like, I think I've whittled it down from 20 seconds to around 13 seconds. Shall we do the experiment? Should I count to 3 and have you push C, enter? I don't know why I picked C. We could do L. L, enter. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, L. And everybody on L, push L, enter. Make sure your cursor's on the comment box. And I'm gonna time it. We as a community are gonna solve this lag. Hold on. So, there is my, okay. So, I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, L. 3, 2, 1, L. And on L, you're gonna push L, enter. And then I'm gonna start my clock on L. And we're gonna figure out how long it takes your communications to reach this community, okay? So all together now, I kind of figured you all were gonna mistake my 3, 2, 1, L. And no cheaters, this is in the name of science and all that is holy, with a capital L. Okay, so here we go for real this time. On L, in cadence, push L and enter, and I'll push start on my timer. And nobody mess with me either. Ready? 3, 2, 1, L. An official timer is going. Now, Donna, Come on, Donna. Really? No. No. Some of y'all pushed it earlier. This is serious, guys. We have to join together in a community. This is serious. Okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1, L. Hold on. I messed up. Reset. Let's get all these L's out. No. All right, just get it out of the way. Just so you don't cheat, just so you're not going to be able to cheat, I'm going to surprise you with the 3, 2, 1, L. Just so you all don't cheat. There's a lot of love in here tonight. Just makes you want to spark an L. Some of us are LOLing. Now, let's talk about community. 3, 2, 1, L. All right, that was 12 seconds. That was 12. I've whittled the lag. Oh, lag starts with an L. How serendipitous. I've whittled the lag down to 12.11 seconds. JoJo dropping them bands. Y'all ready for this? Hold on. I can't believe I missed the guitar. This program, y'all heard the guitar, but I forgot to have it on monitor because you have to, every single time I open this program, I have to. So I'm going to play it one more time for myself because I love that riff. Here we go. Thank you, Joe. One more time. Can I hear it? Now that's what I'm talking about, JoJo. Thank you, my man. Thank you so much. Has anyone noticed that tonight's color of the words right here are the Sober James channel color? This is my channel. This is fun. This is fun. I love this shit, man. Ready? 3, 2, 1, L. Let's see if there's consistency. Marilyn Wisman beat y'all to it. 3.35 seconds. I mean, 12 seconds and 35 milliseconds. Uh-oh. Man, I think I broke the chat with my erratic movements. So we're looking at 12 seconds. We're looking at 12 seconds, and the last time we tested it, it was 20. So eat that, technology. I made you, technology. Y'all just see something fall out of my hair? I thought, this is a true story. Yesterday morning, when I was washing my face and running my fingers through my hair in the morning, something that looked extraordinarily like a mouse turd fell out of my hair. Now, I don't have mice anywhere but in my attic, and I don't think they're there anymore because I've eradicated the rodent problem. Thank you so much, Jojo. Apparently you're in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. I swear I haven't been this way until I came and saw you guys here in my chat room. It's just so good. So the word of the day is community, and tomorrow I want to talk about how you guys noticed community in the this is sketchy. This is like, I'm seeing it like it's lagging. Let me check my other screen here. Oh. Well, anyway, thank you, Jojo. You the man, brother. Murd, is 11 a.m. too early for you? Thank you, Marilyn. I should make you a. By the way, did you guys know I can make some of you moderators? I don't know what it means, but apparently it gives you control. But then again, I don't want to disperse responsibility on people. Merg says, haha, I know, right? I'm sober too on top of that, so we have no excuses. Haha, I know, right? What is going on here? Something fishy's going on now. Uh-oh. Oh no. Great. Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. It did, Murd, it blessed you with a double whammy of sorts. What's up, Josh? Josh Axtell? A little late with a capital L to the party. The Tea Party. The Boston Tea Party. Josh, it's good to see you, my brother. For those of you who don't know, Josh and I are friends in real life. That was inappropriate. Doing this action is inappropriate somehow. But Mr. Josh and I are buddies. Oh, I don't know if any of you guys were around here. I don't know if you all were in this room. I don't know, maybe... Josh, when did we meet? However long ago that we met, I told my chat people, I told Merc, you may have been here, Murd, you may have been here, Lashar Beckford, I think this is the first time I've seen you, but do any of you all remember a stream when I told you I went to an AA meeting and some dude, some weirdo approached me after the meeting and said, Are you sober, James? Were you guys hearing this? Does anybody remember the live stream when I told the story of I was coming out of my home group and this guy approached me, and I'm just kidding, he wasn't a weirdo. A strikingly handsome gentleman approached me and said, "Are you sober, James?" And Merc, you remember. LT, you remember. Josh, so I told the story. Josh was that guy. Josh had moved to my state. And by the way, Josh, I'm keeping my state a nasty little secret for all of the boo-boo bears out there. So I don't announce where I live, Josh. So none of y'all don't be waterboarding Josh for my address, boo-boo bear. But Josh was the guy that approached me after the meeting and said, "Are you sober, James?" And he had moved from another state. Josh, you are literally the first and the only person to this day that has recognized me from the internet. Murd. You like my mug, Murd? Or Jojo? Jojo, you like my mug? In case you are blind, it says Saratoga on it. It's got a horsey. Josh. Okay, well, I should have known that when you tell someone not to do something, they do it anyway. Yeah, Boo Boo Bears. Sarah Hollenbeck, there was a viewer on here named Boo Boo Bear, and she, I don't know, she claimed she wasn't drinking or messed up, but she, how can I put this? Wanted the D. Wanted the SJD. That's about as graciously as I can put it. And as flattered as I am, as flattered as I was, she was just, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. We realize our sanity sometimes quickly and sometimes slowly. In Boo Boo Bear's case, now I'm not gonna talk shit about anybody. She's a cute girl that just had maybe a little SJ crush on her. SJ Crush, that sounds like a tasty gum flavor. SJ Crush. Yeah. Anywho, y'all should watch the show Community. I was just watching it. It put me in an excellent mood, I think. And then on top of that comes you guys, and I just love you guys. JoJo dropping them bands, $10 bands on it, like, ugh. Thank you, JoJo. Yes, I'm from Texas, okay? I'm from upstate New York, but I live in Texas. Don't tell anybody. Now, we have to keep what is in this internet chat room stays in this internet chat room. Okay? Do I wear a mask when I go out? Yes, Josh, I do. And I think I was telling the story this morning, actually, of how I was wearing a mask in CVS when I went to buy these nicotine lozenges, and I told the story this morning of how I wanted to buy one 12-pack of nicotine lozenges, and I was so distracted because I was wearing the mask for the first time that I didn't notice he was selling me a 3-pack, which costs like over $50. However, and I called this a God thing, my dad told me to use his phone number, so I did whenever I go to CVS. So I used his phone number, and the guy asked me if I wanted to use a 40% off. And then before I even noticed that I had the 3-pack, he goes, "You saved $17. And I'm like, how much did it cost? And it was expensive because it was a 3-pack. But whenever I run out of the 12, the vape gas station is right across the street from the CVS. So I don't know if y'all remember this, but I said I'm gonna have to nut up enough courage and strength to take a left to the nicotine lozenges instead of a right to the vape store. And when I run out of these, it's hard to not take a right to get to the vape store. So it could be said that this God thing happened to me at CVS with my mask that Josh Axtell had provided to me like a good friend, like a good neighbor. Josh Axtell was there. But yeah, I wear a mask now when I go out to the store, and it was so distracting I didn't notice I was buying stuff I didn't need. And I also got antiperspirant deodorant. And as you can see, my pit stains have decreased. Yesterday, they had decreased from the previous day at about 73%. And today, they have decreased. I'm down to probably, I would say, about 97.6% decrease. So that's the story of me going to CVS, buying nicotine lozenges, wearing the mask, getting some antiperspirant. Josh, I don't know if you were here in time to get my word of the day, but it is community. Community, Josh. All of us have to use the word community and feel what it means. Feel what it means deep in our soul and use it tomorrow. And then tomorrow night when we get on the live stream, we're all gonna tell our community stories. Lashar Beckford, you look confused. I'm talking about a protective mask to protect us from the COVID. Cody, do you have a picture you could post it on Discord, and I could show everybody a picture of how you have to dress to go on random medical calls. Thank you, Mert. I still don't know what this is referencing, but I like it because I'm sober now and I don't do illegal stuff anymore. Illegal is such a relative term. Actually, no, it's a very specific term, but that aside, now in my sobriety, I'm like, go ahead, call the motherfucking cops. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm just living, pursuing happiness, freedom, and liberty, baby. Lashar, you have reminded me that there are people on here that do not and are not aware of a little thing that I call an awesome place. And it is the... Whoops, that's not it. Lashar and anybody else that has not been familiar with my place, I host a Discord server 24/7 recovery chat. It is awesome. And If you pledge to my Patreon, $3, $6, or $9, I have a plethora of recovery treats, including Zoom meetings, putting your name in the credits of my videos, making custom videos for you, allowing you to dictate topics for live streams, things of this nature. I'm forming a community, and there's my link to my Patreon. I have 31 patrons now, and my next goal is 50. And in case you're wondering, I am trying to do this for a living, and every day is better than the last, and it's thanks to you all. Every day I get closer and closer to my dream of working from home and owning dogs and living like I want to live. And the whole time I'm going to do it on camera. I'm going to do it so nice. I'm going to do it so sweet on camera with all of you. And it is awesome. Ishar, if you pledge right now, a cool little doodad will... I have a special patron pledge doodad that happens up here for anybody who pledges right now. Doodad galore up here. It's similar to this one. And similar to this one. But different, if you catch my drizzle. Know what I mean? Green-eyed cat in the building. How do you pay in a pledged situation by phone? Not really sure what you mean by that, Brian, but you're already in the Discord. Brian, are you a pledge of mine? I got so many now, I just can't keep track. I'm just kidding. I know each of you intimately. But Brian, I don't think you're a pledge, but you're definitely in the Discord. I think sometimes I spontaneously give the Discord link out, but I'm trying to keep it pledge only. However, the Zoom meetings are, for now at least, publicly available in public posts. Sarah Hollenbeck, I found you today. I'm thankful for that, and I'm following you on Instagram also. 2 exclamation points. How exciting. Sarah, it's good to see you. We really are a community here. Frankie, I recognize. Green-eyed cat, his name is Brian from Australia, a professional photographer and I think surfer, if I'm not mistaken. Issachar Beckford? I don't recognize you, I'm sorry. Jojo and I are new friends. Murd and Merk, of course, and LT and Alicia B and a community. We are a community. Oh my goodness, I think something else is about to happen here. Let's see the moves. Happy to join along in the journey. Appreciate everything you do. Ready for this? Let me get loosened up here. Okay, here we go. Air guitar connoisseur. Thank you, Jojo. Wow. Thank you for joining me in my journey. Thank you very much. Honestly, I goof off a lot, but I'm here for each and every one of you all. Essentially, I've worked for the man my entire life. And because I'm trying to do this, essentially, you all are my bosses. My boss eye. I'm here to serve, is what I'm trying to say. And more importantly, I'm capable. I got what it takes, and I'm willing to give it. You feel me? I wonder if somebody could make a compilation of all the inappropriate gestures and phrases I have demonstrated in this live stream alone. I got what it takes and I will give it. And then there was me describing me and Josh's relationship. Thank you, Jojo. My dad is a VIP, a very important person in my life. He was actually my very first patron. He's literally been a patron of me since I was born. And I've been a tough cookie to patronize or whatever. Funny, Mark. Funny. But my dad, and I'll put a picture of him up for you. He has taught me one of the greatest lessons on earth, financially wise, and that is called "It all adds up." So if you'll notice, I don't have any crazy prices or anything for patronage. I am extremely grateful when I get a $3 pledge, a $6 pledge, or a $9 pledge. The other day I got a $10 pledge, and I didn't even list $10 being an option. Somebody just decided to do that on their own. But he has taught me that in life and finance, it all adds up, is how. And we're talking about a guy, his job, his career was to essentially practice the philosophy "it all adds up" for General Electric. That was his job. So he found ways to pinch pennies, per se. That was his prerogative. This ain't no propaganda, people. And that was his job. And he passed it along to me. It took me long enough to learn because I'm stubborn. I'll show you a picture of him real quick. Let me see here. Okay. Here we go. I don't think we've seen this one before. Let me make a sizable, size it up. Okay, here he is, the man who taught me that it all adds up. The man, the myth, the legend, literally by my bed for 3 months while I was unconscious. He's been to jails visiting me. He's been to institutions visiting me. He's been to hospitals. He's also been to Navy boot camp, Navy graduation, and when I got on the ship, here he is, Sober Pops, I guess we would call this. Sober Pops. There he is, the man that stood by my side and taught me that it all adds up. And that is why, that is one of the reasons how I know I can do this. I have what it takes, I have value, and now I'm going to show you a picture of what FaceTime app says I'm gonna look like in 40 years. And remarkably enough, it looks just like my dad. So many pictures. Don't know if I can find it, but I'll give up here in a second. Anywho, I love my dear old dad, and it has been difficult not seeing him, so I just stole his dog instead. But I'm not gonna risk, I told him today, Better safe than sorry. We'll visit soon if this goes on much longer, but I told him I would hate myself if I broke down and went over to his house to watch Oak Island every Tuesdays, like our tradition, and then I killed my father because I brought coronavirus into my 70-year-old father's house. I said I wouldn't be able to live with myself. And I'm sure you all can relate. It is better safe than sorry, especially in times like these. I mean, I saw doctors on TV that straight up said, "Oh, you love Curse of Oak Island, JoJo? Finally, someone knows what I'm talking about." Don't ruin it for me. I haven't watched it. I don't have cable, so I go over to my dad. He talked me into watching it, and he tries to get me to watch and be interested in a lot of things, but this particular show, The Curse of Oak Island, is about treasure hunters off the coast of Canada. 200-year-old treasure. 6 people have died in 200 years. And the legend is that 7 people will die before the treasure is found. Anyway, it's a great show, Curse of Oak Island. And he tried to get me interested in it. And like many other things, unlike many other things that he tries to get me interested in, I watched it for a couple minutes and was like, what is this show? Because this is interesting. Curse of Oak Island, if any of you all, it's coming out in 2 days, every Tuesday on the Bing Bong channel. Well, Holly, that was your name, right? Holly? Robert Epperson. How many of you guys learned of this stream on Whatever It Takes on Facebook? Because it's the first time I've tried posting. Robert Epperson, are you one every day, every night? What time? I like this a lot. Thank you for serving. Robert, thank you for coming. I missed your message. I do one 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And occasionally I'll set up a Zoom. And I also have a Patreon where I post the Zoom messages or invites where you can find the... Here's my Patreon. That's where you'll find all the good stuff, and a community is growing in my Patreon, the Discord, and you can pledge $3 is the lowest pledge you can pledge, and you can pledge up to $1 million if you're rolling like that, Robert. And if you pledge right now on the stream, something fancy will happen up here, because I'm becoming Bill Nye the technology guy up in here. But if you pledge, we can all dance and celebrate and have a good time. There it is, the pledge for anybody, or the link, the Patreon page for anybody. And also the Facebook page that I created. If you share the Facebook page or share the posts or invite people, you become what's called a founding member. And it gets you a founding member badge on that Facebook page, Whatever It Takes. Robert Epperson, welcome to the Sober James community. We have a lot of fun here, and I tend to goof off on Saturdays and Sundays, and only the days that end with Y. But I get serious about recovery and sobriety when it's time, and when there's people in need and patrons in need, just people in need. I'm there. Oh, hey, oh! Bada bing, James, what was your turning point? The accident? What made you turn the corner? When I was 18, I realized I was drinking a lot more and I'm probably an addict. And I said I'll quit when I'm 25. When I was 25, I was in the Navy and I was fitting right in. Nothing really bad has happened, but bad stuff had started to happen. I had that accident when I was 27. When I was 25, I said I'll quit when I'm 30. I had that accident when I was 27. And that accident was when everyone that loved drinking with me didn't like it anymore, because everyone knew James was, my nickname was the Buzz, not only because I did a Buzz Lightyear impression, to infinity and beyond, but because I was always buzzing on some sort of mind-altering substance. So Jojo, to answer your question, that accident at 27, everyone knew I was drunk because of the blood tests, and I was lying in the bed, and like, after that, no one would drink with me anymore. I'm the type of drunk that is like obnoxiously trying to have fun till the last minute of the last second of the night. And I will, we're talking fires, and when Fight Club was a popular movie, fighting was a recreational activity. That kind of drunk. So the people that thought it was kind of fun and were getting a little sick of it, when my accident happened, that was the turning point. Now, I was 27 and I didn't finally quit until I was 34. So part of my story is that I sincerely tried to quit for damn near a decade. And I wasn't able to quit until I was willing to do whatever it takes. And that's why I named my Facebook page Whatever It Takes. Because until you're ready to do whatever it takes, and unfortunately, that's when we hit rock bottom, is we each have our own personal rock bottom. That accident was bad. I had to learn how to talk again because I had a tracheotomy. I had to learn how to walk again because if you're in a coma for 3 months in the same spot, in the same bed, your muscles atrophy. I lost like 68 pounds. That's what those skinny ass pictures of me are. And I had to learn how to walk again. I had to learn how to talk again. And unfortunately, when I was well enough to walk, I walked to the bar. And it's sad but true. But the turning point that actually made me stop was a series of relapses over 7 years, that every time I drank, horrible things would happen. Jails, institutions, death, relationships up in flames. Everything goes away. When addicts and alcoholics drink, when I drank, when I used, everything, I lost everything. I couldn't keep anything, including an apartment. So I became homeless in New York. I was homeless in Fort Lauderdale, and I've been homeless here in Texas too. So to answer your question, the turning point for me was the point that I realized I am literally and absolutely powerless over alcohol. When I put it in my body, all bets are off. There is no controlling what happens. And that's scary, and people were scared of me, and I was scaring myself. Alcohol, I didn't want to go to prison for life for killing someone behind the wheel of my car or in a street fight, and I didn't want to die a horrible jaundice alcoholic death with a colostomy bag. So you see me here before you today because I literally cannot drink without jails, institutions, and death. And so that's my turning point. But if there was a specific occurrence, then that accident started it, because that's when none of my friends would drink with me after that. And that was the beginning of the end. And that was, there it is right there. Sarah, the Whatever It Takes, Sober James, Whatever It Takes Facebook page. Feel free to post anything and everything. All that I ask is no judgment. You will get booted. I don't like judges. Except Judge Judy was pretty cool. And Uncle Phil was a pretty cool judge. Jojo says, James, I got a DUI at the age of 20, which did sure learning my lesson on driving. Yeah, it's like I say, the difference between alcoholics and non-alcoholics. A non-alcoholic will get in a drunk driving accident and stop drinking. An alcoholic will get in a drunk driving accident and stop driving. That's the difference, the real difference between alcoholics and non-alcoholics. Except I didn't stop driving. Of course, when I'm sober, I can be like, I'm never going to drive drunk again. As soon as any alcohol enters my atmosphere, I'm driving drunk. And I'm hitting on bitches, and I'm harassing bitches, and I am just obnoxious. And I'm tall, so like dudes take me as a challenge, so I got my share of fights. So it just wasn't pretty. If you think I'm obnoxious and occasionally annoying now, don't ever feed me liquor, because it'll be like feeding water to a gizmo. I'm just like a gremlin. After dark, I start trembling. So, I hope that answers your question, Jojo. In a nutshell, powerlessness over alcohol. And that's the first step of AA. When you admit that you have no choice in the matter, you cannot consume alcohol. When you admit that, when you realize it, admit it, acknowledge it, and accept it, you can then move on to recovery. That's the first step. And some people are scared of AA because they're like, I don't want to do a bunch of 12 steps, and I don't want to talk about God, and I don't want to be in a cult. None of that is true. The one thing that you have to do if you're an addict is realize you're powerless over drugs and alcohol. Period. End of story. We can't touch it like diabetics can't touch sugar. We can't go near alcohol like pedophiles can't go near playgrounds. You feel me? It's just the way it is. And once you admit that and accept it, you can then move on to believing in a power greater than you that can restore you to sanity. That for me is obviously Alcoholics Anonymous. They've been doing it for 100 years. I said, I'm a statistic guy. I like facts. I like proof. The proof is in the pudding, and Alcoholics Anonymous has a century of pudding. So I said, all right, AA, I'll do whatever you say, even pray. I'm an agnostic. That's not an atheist. I don't disbelieve in God. I just have more questions than I do answers. But AA says pray. I pray. AA got me sober. It got me the life that I have now. I was freaking homeless. And this house that you see here now, although I'm kind of struggling right now, I bought because of sobriety. I bought because of sobriety. That guitar, that fish tank, everything that you see here, including these muscles and that tattoo and all of this tattoo. This tattoo says, to thine own self be true. You want to know what else says, to thine own self be true? The motherfucking chip of AA that represents 1 year of sobriety. And I got 6 of them bitches. This tattoo says, to thine own self be true. Sobriety got me that shit. Sobriety got me all of this. This computer that I'm doing this on. This camera, this keyboard, that coffee mug my dad gave me, and this horse my mom gave me. But literally everything that you see here, including my breathing fucking self, My living, breathing fucking self is here because of sobriety. I am a testament for all of y'all that think it's hopeless. You are of the sort that there's no coming back. You're way too low. You've lost way too much. That is false. I was the walking dead. Homeless, hopeless, moneyless, everything less. I died twice. Anyway, now I'm preaching. You got me. Well, I'm not doing it for acknowledgement. I'm doing it in a hopes that it will get you out of your hole. And honestly, I got sober because I was willing to listen to somebody that has gotten sober before. That somebody's called my sponsor. I still, to this day, when I have doubts about life or a movement, I call him, I ask him. That's a sponsor because he's got 14 years of sobriety. I want 14 years of sobriety. I want what he has, so I do what he does. If I want what I had, I will do what I used to do. But if you want what you currently have, you continue to do what you currently are doing. If you want what I have, you do what I do. And that's how AA works, baby and babettes. And that's the truth. With a capital T and 2 F's. This has been a fun chat. There's my cue. We're going over to LT's channel for some more recovery. He is at the Recovering Addict channel. Recovering Addict is the name of his channel. I'll post my Patreon one more time in hopes that I'll get a couple more patrons after this. I'll post my Patreon link before you go. Check it out. If you can't remember what my Facebook page is, it's Whatever It Takes on Facebook. There's my Patreon. If you pledge to my Patreon, I'll get a ding on my phone and my night will be even better. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The word of the day for tomorrow and tonight is community. And thank you all for being a part of my community here on YouTube, on Patreon, on Facebook, on Instagram. Thank you for helping me build this community. Thank you all for helping me help others. LT is a JoJo. If you're asking who LT is, he's my new YouTube dude. We wouldn't know each other if we didn't get sober and we didn't start helping others. So his channel is Recovering Addict. Let me just post the link. I'm gonna take a moment to post the link here. LT's channel. I'll post it right here for all of you who are wondering. It's a great channel. Here it is right here. This is LT's channel. Great guy. He's got a great sponsor and he's got solid sobriety and he's got a family that backs him. It's a really fun channel. Really inspiring. Really great. And I'll see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, just keep it real in the community. Keep it clean in the community. Keep doing this damn thing in the community. All right, y'all. Peace.